Now, I really do hope you enjoyed that little intro I did to this video. Now, let's talk about my boat. First, I want to give a special shout out to Marine Specialist. They are the ones who put the Aqua Traction in this boat. I also bought this boat from them. They are the only Excel dealer within 100 miles of Knoxville, Tennessee that I know of. So check them out. They always have these type of boats in stock. And this boat is an Excel Bay Pro 203. It's basically a bay boat for saltwater. However, I'm using it in freshwater. And while I do have a few gripes about it, it has been a good boat for me. And most of the gripes are actually personal preference and not anything bad about the boat itself. You guys have to realize I'm a catfisherman fishing in a deck boat. This boat is definitely built for snook, redfish, muskie, bass. It's not really meant for catfishing, although I have adapted it for catfishing. And here are some of the things I've done to it. First, a Minn Kota Ulterra trolling motor. Now, if you're a bass fisherman or a snook fisherman, you want a trolling motor with a foot pedal. That way you can be casting and using your foot to guide your boat. However, because I'm a catfisherman, I'm living off the back of the boat. So it's better for me to have a remote with a remote controlled trolling motor. And in many ways, the Ulterra is just overkill because I can trim it up and down, I can turn it right and left, and I can deploy and stow it from the back of the boat using a remote. It's definitely a catfisherman's dream trolling motor to have. And I've only got an 80-pound thrust trolling motor on this boat. And for what I use it for, it works fine. I also think the boat's only rigged for 24 volts. The 80-pound is a 24-volt trolling motor. The 112 is a 36-volt trolling motor. So I only need 2 batteries for it, and the 2 batteries I have are lithium-ion batteries. I bought 2 ionic batteries when they were on sale. And the ionic batteries are really cool because there's an application on my phone that lets me connect to the batteries to tell me how full they are. And they're only 50 amp hour batteries. However, I have yet to run them fully down unless I'm in high current for like 8 hours or more. So they've worked really good for this boat. Now let me show you what else I've done. I've added MulTbars with Smackdown Rod Holders. I will say Smackdown did send me 6 of these rod holders, so I am kind of promotional staff for Smackdown. And the real reason I like the Smackdown rod holders is they are really thick. They can take a lot of abuse. And I tell you what, I have abused rod holders a lot in the past. And these on this boat will get abused in the future too, as long as I still own the boat. There's an old saying that some people have is, everything I own is always for sale. If you're interested in this bay boat, definitely contact me. It is going to be a while before I officially put this thing up for sale. However, I do want to get a different boat sometime in the future. Now you're probably going to ask, why do I want to sell this awesome boat? This is why. It has a back deck, which is a tripping hazard. A true catfish boat does not need a back deck. All you need to do is be able to walk from your console to your rod holders to reel in a fish, or from your nice comfortable side benches. So that's why someday I'm either going to buy a hull or buy a proper catfish boat. However, for now, I'm going to use what I have. And this boat has another feature that I've been wanting for a long time, and it is talons or power poles. I actually got talons because I found some really cheap used ones to put on this boat. These are 10-foot talons, which means I can anchor down with the 2 talons in 10 foot or less of water. And there are multiple fishing spots where I do fish in less than 10 foot of water. And I tell you what, I have caught some monster catfish in shallow water, so having talons to hold me in place so I don't have to deal with current that changes which actually happens at a couple of my spots, is a game changer. Now I have added a few smaller things for convenience on this boat. I've got my ram bait board, and it's hooked into the track system using a little, what's called a screwball that you would use with a kayak. I also added a little plier holder on my console. And I put this in it. And as you can see, the very first fish that I used these D-hookers on bent the D-hookers. So I'm going to have to find better D-hookers. And that's it. I haven't really added anything else to this boat. I might add a Panoptix in the future. I haven't decided yet. That is kind of an expensive add-on, and I don't really have any of my house money left over. I literally sold my house to buy a boat and buy a truck. And that was so I could have a better guiding platform. And yes, this is a better guiding platform, even with my few gripes. Especially with these seats that fold up that you can sit in. They are very comfortable, and every client that's been in this boat loved these seats. Now this boat is paired with a 140 horsepower Suzuki outboard. And this outboard has a 4-blade stainless steel prop on it, and it pushes the boat around 41 miles per hour max. I try not to push it max, so with 2 people in it and myself, I can cruise about 34 miles per hour. My goal with any boat is to get at least 30 miles per hour on it. I think it's crazy to go 70 miles per hour down the river in a glitter boat. 30 miles per hour is perfect. And that's all I can think of for this boat. It did come with a 3-bank battery charger in it. It's got cup holders. And it says it has a 7-person capacity, which would be 1 right here, 2 in these seats, 1 up front, 2 on the front sides, which Excel actually makes pads for those side doors so you can have people sit there. Although I think this Aqua Traction is good enough now. It's pretty good to sit on. And I don't know where the 7th person would go. Maybe next to the captain. Now, while my captain's license allows me to take up to 6 people out, I probably wouldn't take 6 people fishing in this boat. It would be way too crowded. Now, if a group of 6 wanted to ride around on the water, I would take them out in a heartbeat. Or I would take 6 people out who understand that only 2 at a time could fish. Maybe 3 at a time. I actually had 3 guys casting big musky lures on this boat all day long once, and it worked out really good. Now, please let me know if you have any questions. Just leave them in the comments below, or try to contact me through my website, fishingwithbilly.com. You can check out some more information about me on that website and check out my guide service. And as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. As you can see, I had my rods out with some baits in the water in hopes that maybe I could catch a fish while doing this video about the boat. However, today has been a really bad fishing day. Although the guest I had earlier in the boat actually caught 2 fish before I took them to the ramp and started making this video. So at least he got to catch fish today. Now I'm going to reel these up and head back to the ramp. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.